Alright, here is how to put a new lens on the GoPro camera. You can see, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little chip in the lens right there. Some little kid put it down on a hard concrete surface and scratched it. The lens is made of glass, so what you can do is go to your local store, wherever your local store that sells GoPro stuff is. You know, I went to Best Buy to get this. It was $20 and it's officially $19.99, and what you get is two glass lenses, two little rubber gaskets, and then a full new set of screws, one set of screws to put the lens back in. So step one is take the camera out of your case and put it somewhere where you can't hurt it. Then from there we just undo all of these screws with the screwdriver. They include a cheap little screwdriver with it. Cheap, I don't know how cheap it was. It's part of the $19.99. Go. I'm going to go ahead and reuse these screws. I figure they're, as long as you don't thread the inside of them, they're probably fine for reuse. And when we go to tighten them back up, we don't want to tighten them too terribly tight, so they're just threaded into plastic. This might be the boringest video I ever made, but stick around till the end. The end is important. Any idiot can unscrew a bunch of screws, but what we do at the end will make the difference. Here we go. And now you can see there is a plastic ring that's going to be reused. There is a glass lens. I'll put this down for the moment. So the glass lens, you can see there's crud and salt from the ocean in there. The glass lens has a gasket behind it, and the gasket, you can see there's a little ridge on the top of the gasket here. So that goes up. When you put it on the camera body, you put it with the little lip here facing upwards, and then the lens just closes down on that. So if we take that off, go into our bag of tricks here. There is a new gasket. You know, there's honestly probably nothing wrong with the old one. But I'll go ahead and use a new one because I might as well, because I have it. Next we open up the lens. Here's where we have to start being a little careful. So the gasket fits into a little recess there on the front of the camera. Lens goes in on top of the rubber gasket. Then line up the screw holes with this black cover. Adjust my camera a little bit if I can. There we go. So you line up the screw holes with the cover. Start to put them in. Don't tighten them all the way down yet. I think, as with most things like cylinder head bolts and just about anything where you have a bunch of bolts that are opposite each other, you want to just get them started and then tighten them. You know, tighten them across from each other. So we'll get to that here. So that one's gets started. This one gets started. I don't like the way that one feels. There we go. Alright. This one. Oh, this one gets started. And of course here we want to be a little careful not to stray off into the lens zone with our screwdriver and scratch it. Okay, so now we've got all the screws started. So then you'll tighten one down a little bit. One side, go to the opposite side. Tighten that one down. Go to this side, tighten one down. This side. Again, I'm not trying to torque the hell out of them. I'm just trying to get them all snug. I'm afraid if you put too much torque on it, it's going to thread the plastic and ruin it. And now that they're reasonably snug, and remember too, it is compressing rubber down, so there's an element of springiness. Now this is the end part of the video, the part that's very important. So I've got the waterproof back on it. This is if you want to use it underwater especially. So I've got the waterproof back put on it, the one with no holes. I do not have the camera in the box because we want to test it without the box. We bring out a bowl of water, we put it in there, and we just look for bubbles. Looks good. I don't see any bubbles coming from the lens. And so we hold it underwater for a little while, and then if it's completely dry inside, then we know that we've done it right. If it's a little bit wet, then we go back in and adjust, improvise, and overcome. So that's it. That's really all there is to it. New lens on the GoPro. The little kid knows now that you don't drop it on the concrete floor. And continue to make our awesome movies. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped.